Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing Cupcake 101. I don't know why I have a British accent right now because I'm pretty sure all vintage women did not have British accents. Okay. Today I wanted to do Baking 101 or just Cupcake 101 because I have been baking cupcakes for about 2 years now, so obviously I'm not a professional, I'm only 15 years old, but I have been baking cupcakes for about 2 years and I know it, girl, I got this down. So I'm going to be working with those of you who maybe don't know at all, like how to bake cupcakes, and you need to bake cupcakes for a Super Bowl party, or maybe, you know, you're a man and you don't have any clue on how to bake, but you want to bake for your wife because she's pissed off at you. This video is for you all who are just clueless. I hope you guys enjoy this. I will be going through vocab, different tools you need, and also just how to bake. So let's get started. Okay, so now on to tools that you are probably going to need if you're going to bake cupcakes. So obviously this is a baking pan. This is what you bake your cupcakes in. Now you don't want to just put the cupcakes directly into the pan unless you have vegetable oil or you're just going to bake them for your like close family. If you're baking them for like a block party or people that aren't that close to you, you probably want to use baking liners so that they can actually hold their little cupcakes in a little cup thing. So, and these come in foil or paper. I haven't heard of them coming in anything else. They could come in rubber if you want to like wash them and reuse them, but you just obviously put that in there. I hope that's pretty obvious for most of you. I really like using rubber spatulas when I bake because it's really easy to scrape the batter off the sides of the bowl, and it's harder to do that with anything other than a rubber spatula. Mine says keep calm and bake on. Now for piping or doing your frosting. These are piping bags and these can be reusable if you want to, but generally they're not reusable because people are too lazy to wash them and they are quite expensive. So yes, these are baking tips and we can go over the different types of tips in a second. These are gels and these are used to if you want to color your frosting or if you want to color your fondant. Fondant is this stuff and it kind of looks like Play-Doh, and basically it's just sugar but like in a Play-Doh type thing. Yes, and you can make different things with this. I only have yellow and orange at the moment, but it comes like this and it looks like this once you make the little designs with it, so it's very useful. And obviously you have your sprinkles. I hope most of you know this. They are used for many purposes, including ice cream and cupcakes and whatever else you want to put your sprinkles on. So now I'm going to talk to you about cupcake cookbooks. For people that don't want to make cupcakes from scratch or they just aren't prepared for the challenge, there is easy cupcake recipes, and I'm pretty sure we got this from like the dollar section at Target. It basically starts out with ready to serve frosting, and it also starts out with cupcake mixes instead of you making it from scratch. If you want to start from scratch, which is more fun in my opinion, then get a more advanced one like this. And it just has you start from scratch. There are some weird ingredients that you might have to hunt for. This is a grapefruit and buttermilk cupcake, and you have to get like grapefruit curd and buttermilk, which that's not that uncommon, but at the same time, like you wouldn't have to get all these weird ingredients if you did just pick up an easy cupcake recipe book thing. So today I wanted to make a black and white cupcake. That is a chocolate cupcake with cream cheese, and that is my favorite kind of cupcake. Oh, besides cookie dough cupcakes. Cookie dough and black and white are just my favorite. I thought if we made basic vanilla or basic chocolate, that's just too boring. So sometimes when you're baking cupcakes or any cake or baking in general, you're probably going to have to either half the recipe or 1/4 the recipe. And if you're good at math, which I'm not, you'll just find this really easy, but I find this really hard. Today, the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and I only have 2. So So to equal the ratio of everything, we have to half the recipe. So hopefully you guys can help me with my math, because I'm horrible at math, you all. So with any cupcake you make, the first step is always to line your cupcake pen thing with liners. And today I'm going to use paper liners because that's all I have. So watch and learn. Most of the time, recipes are going to want you to preheat your oven at anywhere from 350 to 375, and this recipe is in fact 350, so we're going to press bake and start, and it takes 6 minutes to preheat. So a black and white cupcake has a cream cheese filling, so for the filling we need 4 ounces, if you're halving the recipe, we need 4 ounces of cream cheese, and we have to beat that. So the easiest way to beat it, you can beat it by hand, but it's easier to use an electric mixer, so it looks like this. And then you need these whiskey thingies, and to apply them you just kind of twist it around until it's locked and secured, and you can go like this without it falling out. And then the other one, and you're just going to turn it on and put it in the bowl. And beat the cream cheese until it's nice and fluffy, like a unicorn. So after the cream cheese is nice and fluffy, you are going to add 1/2 of a tablespoon of sour cream and 1/4 a cup of sugar, and you're going to continue to beat it until it is nice and fluffy once again. To make the cupcake batter, so we're going to set the cream cheese filling aside. You have to set the cupcake sheet thing aside, so we're going to put these two together on the side away from our baking platform. A tip that I have for you is to figure out platforms. You need to figure out a baking platform, which you're actually going to like make stuff on, and then a set aside for a while platform. And I also like to have like a spoon and utensils platform, so just like figure out different sections, because if you put everything on one area, it's just going to get so crazy and mixed into. It usually has you do dry ingredients first or in a separate bowl, and it says to sift together flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, and salt. And if I forget any measurements, I will have all the measurements and stuff down below in the description box. So basically, to sift it together, I just like to go like this because I don't have a sifter or whatever. I don't even know if that's a tool or not. But when I sift things together, I just kind of shake it and kind of do like a pancake thing where you flip it. I sound like really unprofessional right now, but yes, that is how I sift together dry ingredients. After you sift together all the dry ingredients, you are going to beat together the butter and the sugar, and again, I'll have all the measurements down below. So yes, and you're going to do this in a separate bowl. So now we're going to add the 1 egg and the vanilla into the butter and sugar that I beat, what's the past tense of beat? That I beated? I don't know. So now you have your dry ingredients, your wet ingredients if you will, and then you have your 1/4 a cup of milk. So they're all separate, but we need to put them together. So this bowl is what they're all going to come together in. So you're going to add the dry ingredients in 3 additions and add the milk in 2 additions. So you're going to add
dry ingredients, mix, milk, mix, dry ingredients, mix, milk, mix, and then dry ingredients again.
And then you're going to make sure it's all blended together. So let me show you how you do that. So since we halved the recipe, we didn't have enough for a full dozen, which is 12 cupcakes. So we only had 7. With this recipe, you're only going to want to fill the cups up about halfway full. Usually the recipe will tell you either 2/3 or 3/4, which is about the same thing, obviously. But with this one, we are going to add the cream cheese filling to the middle, and it will basically sink in the cupcake as it bakes. So we only wanted to fill it up halfway. So I'm going to show you how to fill the cupcake batter with the cream cheese filling. If you don't have 12 cupcakes in your cupcake pan, then they could bake unevenly unless you put water in the bottom of the empty cups. You don't need to fill it up all the way, you just need to fill it up so that the water spreads out throughout the whole bottom of the cup, if that made any sense. I'm going to take my 7 cupcakes and I'm going to put them in the top rack. A lot of cupcake books and people say that you should put it in the middle rack. What I do is I put it in the top rack, and then I bake it for about 5 minutes less than the book says, and then I just bake it for 1 minute at a time until they are ready. The book says they bake about 15 minutes, so I'm going to put them in about 9 minutes just to be safe. So timer, 9 minutes. And now we wait for 9 minutes. That's what we do. If your cupcakes are ready, you're just going to take a toothpick and you're going to stick it in the cupcake batter. For these, you don't want to stick it in the cream cheese, just the cupcake batter. If it comes out clean, then they are ready and you can take them out of the oven and let them cool. If this comes out dirty, then they're not ready, and you should probably leave them in for 1 to 2 more minutes depending on how dirty the toothpick comes out. Once they are all baked and they come out of the oven, you are going to want to let them cool before you frost them. So for the frosting, I'm really proud of myself, okay guys? So basically we didn't have any butter left, which most of the recipes in here for frostings include butter. So what I did was I took the leftover cream cheese filling and I added 1 cup more of cream cheese and just powdered sugar to taste, and I made this cream cheese powdered sugar frosting. So now I'm going to teach you how to frost cupcakes, which I am not good at, but we are going to attempt anyway. When you decorate / frost your cupcake, you're going to want to think about what the occasion is. If it's for an anniversary, you might want to decorate it with red and pink, because those are the colors of love. Today I wanted to make them for my brother and my mom and my dad because the Broncos play today, and we're just going to watch the Bronco game. It is going to be crazy because this is the game that determines whether they're going to the Super Bowl or not, so it's super intense, and I wanted to make cupcakes to celebrate the occasion because the Broncos are going to win. Okay, they're going to win. I wanted to make orange frosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gels that I was talking about earlier. I don't have any red, so this is pink gel and this is yellow gel, and I'm going to mix them together and just see what happens. So this is the color that came out from mixing the pink and the yellow gels together into the frosting. Now for picking frosting tips, I have this little collection of tips, and there are round tips, there are kind of textured tips, and then there are like petal tips. These are more, you can use them for like frosting, but I like to think of them more as like flowers. These are just, the round ones are just like basic designs, where if you just want to like frost like a basic cupcake, then just do that. There are also like these ones that have like the more of the teeth, and that'll give you a more textured look. They are just basic frosting today, but I didn't want just like a basic like round tip. I wanted to do more of a texture tip, so I think I'm going to go with this one, and this is Wilton 30 for those of you that have the tips with you. If you want to get this look, then it is Wilton number 30. What you're going to do is you're going to take the bag, and then you're going to take your chosen tip and just put that in there. They are closed off. Take your scissors and just cut wherever the tip stops, like so. And you're going to push the tip out of the cut. So once you have the tip at the end, you're just going to fold the top over, and you are going to get a spoon and just start shoveling the frosting into here. So now we are loaded up and we are going to frost these cupcakes now. Say hello to my little friend. So you can either start on the inside or the outside when you frost your cupcakes, so I'm going to show you both ways. So here is when you start from the inside.
Frosting, but I'm doing the best I can, okay? So this is the one where it started from the middle. From far away, it looks kind of good. From up close, it's just kind of messy, but that is okay. Again, like I said, I'm not the best at frosting, so now I'm going to show you what it looks like if I start from the outside.
decoration. This is something I like to do. This kind of just looks boring to me, and since I don't have the best frosting skills, I do like to jazz them up a little bit. So I'm going to add some blue sprinkles, and then I'm going to add a little picture of the Broncos on a toothpick. I did this for, oh my gosh, you guys, I celebrated Jaden Smith's birthday, okay, and I put little pictures of Jaden Smith in my little cupcakes, and so yeah, I'm really weird. Okay, so this is the finished cupcake. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, it's really cute. I'm really proud of it. So it just has the orange frosting and then the blue and white sprinkles and the little Broncos sign. So I'm really excited and I'm really happy with how they turned out. If you're serving them to a bunch of people, you can either serve them on a platter like this. I kind of like the idea of just like carrying it and offering a little cupcake to each and every person. But if you don't want to do that, you can purchase a cupcake stand. You can get both these things at Target or Kohl's. I think I got this one at a garage sale, so this stuff is really cheap. So yeah, you can just put the little cupcakes on this. This is what it looks like on a cupcake stand. I think I like the platter a little bit better, but this is another option for serving. I hope you guys enjoyed this Cupcake 101 or Cupcake Baking 101. Bye!
And in the moonlight, don't think about him. Sister, you're much better off without him. You can blow the blues a kiss goodbye, and put the sun back in the sky. When he comes crawling, I'm not falling. Shout, hooray, and hallelujah. Now me and Mr. Rome are through. I'll find myself another beau who I know is no rover.
My hair looks really brown right now and I don't appreciate it. I want it to look like Lucy, okay, from I Love Lucy, because she got that red hair going on. But I just don't look like I have red hair right now. This is not good. This is not good.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconut doodly-doo.
That was a movie in the 90s, by the way.
There they are, standing in a row.
Actually, I don't know that because I'm like from the 20s or something, so that movie hasn't come out yet. But anyway.
Big one, small one, some as big as your head.
Does my hair look red now, like against the natural light? A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconut doodly-doo. There they are, standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head.